Very good. Okay, welcome back to It's New. Glad to be here on today's It's New podcast, channel, show, whatever we call it. Yes, this is my marketing clock award. And I'm swagging out the swag, the merch. I mean, this you can't buy. This is exclusive. This you got to earn this one. This one you can buy.
Way to promote two things that you can't buy, and then it's like you're just featuring it right in front of the camera. You got to be like this.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Mordy's not here. He's putting out some fires, no pun intended. But Anu, what do you got for us today?
Yeah, PMax, big news on updates, more visibility, but more control. Who knows?
And Greg?
And are AI chatbots getting worse? Maybe thanks to AdSense.
And I'm covering Apple Intelligence, bringing on Gemini and other features, as well as Microsoft announced their earnings, and we saw some information about their ad revenues. Yada, yada, yada. I knew whenever you're ready.
Sure. So, okay. Yeah. I'm not sure that will make a difference, but thanks, Barry. So Google came out with a big update, a big announcement that some updates are coming soon for Performance Max, where you're going to be able to do channel and search query reports and asset insights. And yeah, then, after Jeannie mentioned it, everybody else decided to mention it and announce it as well, which is really, really lovely to see for me first thing this morning. But what I was looking for was like insights. It was like, do you like it? Do you not like it? And I think my favorite thing about comment about someone that mentioned it was like, yeah, we get more insight, but can you then make any changes in terms of control? Like, so if you then see, demand gen performance is not doing well, can you do a bit modify on that one? You don't really have much control to that one. So I thought that was an interesting take on that. But yeah, I think this would be really great for people. We had channel performance come out for demand gen not too long ago. And yeah, the first question on people's heads was like, when is that coming for PMax? So it's out. It's coming soon for PMax.
No, it's not. Channel adjustments or channel.
Sorry. So there's channel reporting, but yeah, channel control. We can't do that. We can't do that in PMax yet, but yeah, you can do that in demand gen, not in PMax. So yeah, that's people's issue
that people have for it, where they're like, oh, it'd be great. That's not what PMax is made for. It is made for you to test across a variety of all these different locations and channels. And I love the fact that demand gen, you can now pick and choose those channels.
Yeah.
So really PMax is made to be like, hey, maybe there's something out there that's working really good that I didn't think was going to work really good. And now you have the option to set up a demand gen campaign and just run it there. Right. Nice. So like, they're not going to change PMax and make it be like, oh, it's choose your own adventure. I think adjustments would be good because a lot of the things don't keep up with like shopping or search. Sometimes it's hard to be like, hey, I want to set my return on ad spend at 300%. And I'm assuming that when we see this data, there's going to be things like Discover that can't hit that number. So it'd be nice to be able to bid that down and say, Discover, you don't have to get there. But you could still just say, I'm going to go run something in demand gen that doesn't have Discover. And then the other thing that is just huge is the asset reporting.
Yeah.
We've had that in accounts. You could look and you could see all the different metrics. You could be like clicks, impressions, click-through rate, all these things, conversions. None of it was filled in. It's just little dashes that they give us. And then you get these ad strength scores that mean nothing. And all you can see is actual impression numbers and everything else is blacked out or just dashed out, let's say. So being able to actually see if there is a headline that is driving more conversions or an image that's doing better and not just look at this stupid ad strength score, that's a huge deal because it's for RSAs, it's not just PMax. So I think that's a huge change and honestly might have the most like conversion impact for advertisers. Like the other stuff would be great because you can get the mix that works right for you and see more stuff. But I love the fact that we're going to be able to see asset details. Honestly, we should have had it though. We should have had it by now. We shouldn't have a stupid ad strength score. So, but again, steps in the right direction. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
And you'll be able to see if those favicons on shopping ads actually make a difference in your click-through rate.
Yeah. So I thought this was a super clunky rollout. And Barry, you covered it over on Search Engine Roundtable. Essentially, in those kind of very thin, it's bigger vertically than horizontally. Google is testing a favicon right next to the advertiser name. And in a few of the examples that you have, like it pushes the advertiser name off of the screen. It's like there's one that's like, I'm assuming black and gray or black and blue or something. And it just says black and ... But the favicon is there. And I think this really probably relates more towards what we were talking about earlier this week, where there was the new shopping feature that is massive. And with those blocks, we had said that kind of look like image search. They're just a different shape. They're bigger. And I think the favicons would look great there. Like I just don't love it in this iteration with the really thin ad units, but I think it could look really great on the wider ad units and help your brand stand out more for sure.
I have an idea for Google. They should just make those when the goes ... it should make it automatically scroll slowly.
Yeah, then everybody's gonna make a giant name just so they get some extra movement. You can get more clicks. CTR is going up.
Yeah. There's not
Just
high
ideas.
impressions. Yeah.
Google, you don't have to pay me for this idea. It's yours. Go ahead.
Okay, and then we've got more news from Mr. Schwartz here, and Google AdSense will be showing ads in AI chatbots. And Bloomberg had reported on this initially, saying that there were some AI search apps, iAsk and Liner, and Google is going to apparently be able to show ads from AdSense within there. And then I would assume, just like AdSense does for a publisher, that iAsk and Liner, two of my absolute favorite AI chatbots in the world. Man, Liner. But they'll be able to monetize themselves because apparently they have all the AI in the world, but can't monetize it without AdSense.
I do think I reported this before. I just can't find it. Or maybe it was just like I mentioned in maybe one of the Google earnings reports. Anyway, yeah, it's cool. It's expected. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then Apple, according to the Department of Justice depositions and so forth, Apple did have conversations with Google. So Sundar Pichai and Tim Cook had conversations about adding Google Gemini AI features to Apple Intelligence. Of course, we knew this was happening. We saw some demos of this, like in Apple's early things. So it will be coming by the end of 2025. They hope to finish the deal sometime in the coming months, according to this deposition and these reports. Also, Apple will be adding more AI features from other providers as well. So obviously they have ChatGPT and other things. And like I've been saying for a while, Apple Intelligence is not really doing its own AI thing. It's using its own AI to figure out what AI to use, which I think is pretty smart, but I'm a big Apple fanboy. So I think everything Apple does is great, even though they lied last night or got caught lying yesterday.
About the commissions?
What? Sorry?
About the commissions?
About what was the app? Apple violated court order. Yeah, regarding. Yeah, they were lying regarding Apple Store third-party payment options in a thing. So yeah, so something about what was the app? What was that? Fortnite, like a whole big fight between Fortnite and Apple and the App Store. So even though Apple lies, I still trust them fully with everything. So you can never do wrong with Apple.
Trust the AI overviews though.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed that.
But you don't trust AI overviews, but you trust it.
No, that's Google. I trust Apple. If Apple put AI overviews in their results, I would trust it because it's Apple.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, and then if you're Microsoft, you reported earnings last night. If you weren't Microsoft, you may have reported earnings, but it depends on the company. Microsoft reported pretty good earnings. I think their stock is way up. Let me check. Actually, it's before time, but they're up, 10% after hours is pretty good. But on the search ad revenue side, so they reported search and news advertising revenue, excluding traffic acquisition costs, increased 21. And that is what they reported the previous quarter. So it looks like they are maybe flattening. I have this chart that shows like back in Q1 2022, they're reporting 40% increases. Then it steadily went downwards down to 8% or so. And now it's slowly climbing up. But I like how Michael Schechter from Microsoft, he said the search news, he basically quoted the 21% increase and said, must have a good growth team. So he's happy with his team over there at Microsoft.
I have one word for you, Barry.
Yep.
Audience network.
That's 2 words.
It's debatable.
Explain that. I mean, I know. Explain that to the audience, please.
If you're running ads on Microsoft, you used to have an option to get out of any other locations and only show on sort of like Bing or Yahoo. You could choose, and you could opt into an audience network that would. It's typically like search partners, where for the majority of clients, there probably is an exception somewhere. I've never seen it. The audience network performs far worse. They made a change so that now everybody is in audience network, and you're not necessarily just on search that you think like Bing. And in order to turn off the audience network, you have to make a case. You have to talk to a rep. We have to do it for our clients, and you can get better performance because you are showing on more traditional search. But it is something that you cannot opt out of easily. And I would assume that leads to higher spends.
Third party shaking cushions. Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, everybody. We are back next week with more It's New, and there's some little subtle
Okay.
Mordy,
Gosh. Oh wow.
Mordy dig. He brought the whole thing.
Oh, what's he doing? What's he coming out with?
You just picked that up yesterday?
This hat? That hat or this hat? It's just Oreos here. I don't know. I was just
You
cold
always
in
have
here.
it on you.
It was cold in here.
Anyway, make sure to check out PPC Live, Marketing Clock, Unify, brand marketing, and all those things. Right? That's the thing.
Mordy would love that.
Bye-bye.
Bye.